Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and a brand new Battlefront 2 video today. In this video, I am going to be talking about the best star cards for every hero for Galactic Assault. Now this video is going to feature all the light side heroes, and then I will be doing a follow-up video for the dark side heroes as well. And then later on down the line, I will be doing the best star cards for heroes versus villains on both sides on top of that. Now keep in mind this video is all my opinion on what the best star cards are. They may be different for you depending on your playstyle, but this is what I have been the most successful with, giving me multiple high 60s and 70 kill streaks with some of these heroes, as well as high 40s for some of the heroes that I actually struggle with. So I am going to jump right into this video now, but I will let you guys know that PJ will also be doing this on his channel, and he is going to give you his best star cards as well. So if you want to check that out, I will leave a link down in the description once his video goes up. That way you guys can check out his opinion on the best star cards too. Anyways, jumping straight into it, we are going to talk about Chewbacca first, and Chewie's probably one of the ones I struggle with the most, and I think probably the hero that most people in the community struggle with the most in Galactic Assault as well. The first star card I have been using is of course the bonus health star card, which is 150 bonus health to Chewie, which brings him up quite a lot and makes him a lot more survivable. The second card I am going to be using for him is called Slammed, which gives you 50 bonus damage per slam for anyone within half the radius. So this is a really useful card, definitely one hit kills most infantry. I'm pretty sure it even one hit kills heavies. So if you guys are planning on using this card, it is really useful in tight quarters. I recommend using Chewie on the Death Star. That's probably the map I've found him most useful on. But if you have to use him outdoors, you're going to probably struggle a fair bit. Moving on though, the third card I have been using for Chewie is called Impervious, and this is going to give you further damage reduction the more damage that you actually cause. So this is key for survivability with Chewie, who is one of the harder heroes to stay alive with. Moving into the second hero though, we are going to talk about one of my personal favorites, Han Solo. Han Solo's star cards start with Airburst, which gives you a 20% bonus damage when detonated in the air. So this is using his detonite charge ability, of course. If you throw it and you detonate it while it's in midair, it will cause a 20% bonus of damage to the opponents and anyone in the vicinity. Really useful star card, great for multi-kills, and you'll see in my gameplay that I rack up a ton of kills with this card. The second card I have been using is the heavily modified Blaster. This gives 25% overheat reduction when at max level. This pretty much just allows you to fire off Han's DL-44 blaster a lot longer without it overheating. The third star card I have been using for Han is called Broad Shoulders, and this is damage reduction when using the Broad Shoulders ability. Now you may think, oh, I don't really need this when I'm doing a shoulder charge, I don't use it that much, but in saying that, when I do get into trouble, I'm running away from an enemy using the shoulder charge ability. So to add damage reduction on top of that, if a team is still firing at you while you're trying to escape, having damage reduction while this ability is active is going to be a big help in surviving. So those are the three cards I have been using for Han. Let's move on to Lando. Now Lando's first star card is called Hot and Cold, and it gives you a bonus 150 health. Obviously this is key for survivability, so definitely want to have that star card equipped. The second star card is called Maximized Efficiency, which gives you 40% recharge reduction if you hit 3 or more enemies with the Sharp Shot ability. This is a great card, and if you get multi-kills all the time, you're going to have your Sharp Shot ability coming back that much quicker. Like I said, use Lando on Jakku, and in that second and third phase, you are going to be wiping people off the face of the planet, and you're going to be getting your recharge for this ability that much faster. The third star card I use for Lando, in combination with the previous star card, the third one is called Wide-Eyed. This gives you 40% more range on the Sharp Shot ability, so this allows you to lock onto enemies from further away. This, in combination with the Maximized Efficiency, just gives you that much more opportunity for a quick recharge and a really nice multi-kill. Next up on the list is going to be Leia, and she's probably another one that is quite difficult in Galactic Assault to play with. Her abilities aren't the best, but they are being reworked very soon, so I'm interested to see how that goes. The first star card I use for her is called High Spirit, which gives her 100 more health regeneration. Again, survivability is key in Galactic Assault, so every time there's an option for a health card, we're probably going to be using it. The second star card is called Laser Brain, and this gives you bonus damage to the secondary fire. Now, if you didn't know, the secondary fire for Leia with this star card equipped can one-shot every infantry except for a heavy. So if you haven't tried this yet, you'll see the gameplay in the background. It's pretty OP and probably needs a nerf, but in saying that, Leia doesn't really have much other defense or offense, so she probably needs it at this point in the game until she gets reworked anyways. So the third star card I'm also using for her is called Stay Together. So this gives you damage reduction when 2 allies are nearby. Again, key for survival survivability is damage reduction, so sticking by your team when playing Leia is going to come in handy for you. Moving on to the other twin in the family, Luke Skywalker is going to start with the Intensify star card, and if you are not using this star card, you are doing it 100% wrong. This is the best star card for Luke in the whole game. Intensify gives you bonus damage each time you kill infantry or each time you cause 200 damage to an enemy villain. Now, the reason this is so good is because once you rack up enough kills, I think it's about 20 or so kills, you will max out this star card and the damage output ability. So at this point, once it is maxed out, you can one-shot infantry. So you no longer have to swing twice, you only have to swing once to kill infantry, which for Luke is very handy when you're running on those long maps. You can just hit one swing and move away, and that way if you're taking on multiple enemies as well, it can be really helpful. The next card we're going to be using is Extended Push Reach, which gives you 30% more range on Luke's Force Push. Being able to push from further away just means less time closing the gap and less opportunity for enemies to shoot at you. If you see an enemy and they also see you, odds are they're going to start shooting at you, so being able to force push from further away just gives them less time to do so. The third card I have been using for Luke though is called Jedi Reflexes, which gives you a third rush attack, and for Luke the rush attack is really helpful. I like to use one swing and then a rush out of it. One swing and then using the rush attack for Luke is going to kill any infantry including heavies and buffed officers, but in saying this you definitely want to utilize all three dashes. That way you've just got one extra in reserve in case you need to use it. Moving on to Rey, the star card I have starting for her is called Farsight. This gives an increased area of effect by 40% to her insight ability. 40% further range on insight is absolutely incredible. You see enemies coming a mile off, and I know it was a lot worse before. The players that have been around from the start know how far that insight used to actually go with this star card, but 40% is still incredible. You can see enemies from a mile away and you don't have to worry about anyone sneaking up on you. The second star card I use in combination with the first one we just mentioned is called Focused Sight. Focused Sight increases the duration of the insight ability for up to 7 seconds when maxed out. This just lets you use the insight ability that much longer and take advantage of pretty much wall hacking with Rey. And third and finally, the star card I use for Rey is going to be the Damaging Strike star card. This adds bonus damage to her dash attack, which one hits any infantry except for heavies or buffed officers. So if they're a officer that hasn't been buffed, an assault class or a specialist, the dash strike will then one-shot all of these enemies, and it's really great for charging through hallways. Next up, we have our little green friend, Jedi Master Yoda. The first card is called Jedi Mentor, which gives Yoda less damage overall, so pretty self-explanatory there. The second ability is called Agility, and this one gives Yoda an extra dash, much like the one we had for Luke before. I definitely think it is 100% worth having 3 dashes for these heroes. And the third star card is called Size Matters Not. Now, the way this star card works, it heals 50% of any of the extra health that you had with Presence that prevented damage. So if you use Presence and you get a bunch of health from it, 50% of whatever damage that takes away from, you get back into your health, which is a really useful star card and helps keep you alive for that much longer because you're pretty much just getting bonus health every single time you use that ability. Next up, we're going to talk about Finn, and a lot of people don't know the star cards to use for Finn, but the ones I have found the most useful starts with Stay Calm, which pretty much every time you get a kill with the Deadeye ability, it will increase the duration of that ability. So as long as you're getting kills, you can pretty much just keep this ability going and going and going, and it's really useful on the maps like Hoth and Geonosis that are quite open and easy to lock on enemies if they're close enough. Now, speaking of if they're close enough, the second star card is called Raise to do one thing, and this gives you a larger lock-on radius for the Deadeye ability, which works really well in combination with the Stay Calm star card. Now, to top it all off, we are actually going to triple stack the Deadeye ability with No More Running. This star card increases Deadeye's damage after 3 kills, so it takes less shots to kill an enemy, which pretty much is just going to give you that much further recharge time every time you kill someone. So these 3 cards in combination together are absolutely amazing. If you haven't tried them out, they are what have helped me get to 50 and 60 kills with Finn on Galactic Assault, so if you're not using these, definitely give them a go. Next up is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. We are going to be starting with Jedi Resilience. This gives bonus health regeneration to Obi-Wan and is key to surviving a long time in Galactic Assault maps, especially those longer maps that go on forever like Naboo and Geonosis, and those bigger maps that tend to last ages and ages. You can get an absolute ton of kills, including my kill streak high of 74 with Obi-Wan Kenobi. So really high gameplay for me for him using these star cards. On top of that, we're going to be using Forward, which gives bonus damage to his rush ability. Much like the damaging strike star card for Rey, this is going to give an increase in damage to the defensive rush ability that Obi-Wan has, again giving you the capability to one-shot any infantry except for heavy or buffed officers. The third star card I like to be using, and some people might debate me on this one for something else, but I love using the Quickened Focus star card. What this does, it gives you a faster charge time for the all-out push, and I find it really useful. An all-out push that is fully charged can take out a heavy trooper, so being able to charge that up much quicker just makes for satisfying wipeouts on enemies, especially if there are multiple in front of you and some just happen to have that 200 health pool if they're playing heavy or a buffed officer. Now, last but definitely least, and yes, you heard me correct, definitely least, we are going to talk about Anakin Skywalker, because personally, I don't like using Anakin. I think it's cheesy, and I think his abilities make him so powerful because of the ragdoll effect. It's not so much the damage output on Anakin that bugs me, but it's more the combination of his abilities that are really hard to deal with. Anyways, enough of my little complaint there. Let's talk about star cards. The first one is going to be Tenacious, which gives you bonus health. Again, survivability key, so bonus health is always going to be on there. The second one I have been using is called Massive Strikes, which gives you bonus lightsaber damage, giving you the ability to one-shot certain infantry, not the heavies or officers though, you will still need to, but it's super satisfying just crushing through a B1 battle droid with one swing. The third star card, and some people might debate me on this one as well, I use Raw Strength, which means Heroic Might deals more base damage, giving you the ability again to one-shot infantry. Getting high kill streaks is maximized with how quickly you can take out enemies, because that gives them less opportunity to do damage to you. So anything that allows you to one-shot infantry is really helpful, and I've found this star card to do so. Now, some people might swap out the Massive Strike star card for the increased range on the pull. That's definitely a good star card too, and I have had success with that one as well. So if you don't want to use the Massive Strike star card, I forget what the other one's called, but make sure you use the one that gives you further range for pull dominance as well. You can alternate those two in and out, but it's just personal preference. So guys, this is all the best star cards that I use for Galactic Assault for each of the light side heroes. I really hope it has helped and it gives you some tips for the future when you guys are playing Battlefront 2. It is aimed more towards new players that don't have heaps of experience in the game, but even if you have been playing the game for a long time, you may have picked up a different loadout that might help you in the future. Anyways, I am going to get out of here now. Thank you all so much. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel and turn on all of notifications. I looked at my analytics before, only 19% of my subscribers have all notifications turned on, so let's try and boost this number up with this video. I am going to get out of here now though. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and may the force be with you always.